like weren't sure how we would be able to get through school and like all that, and we're questioning our own ability. But for most of us, I think it's something we've grown up with, so it was just like always there. It wasn't like we were questioning, oh no, what am I going to do now? It's just always been there. We've just always been doing it.
What is that?
No.
You don't know? It's a camera. It's a movie camera.
Does he ever feel bad when he's deaf because it's like it's not fair to hear like anyone's ears? Does he ever felt that way?
I don't think
he wishes to hear.
I think it's a really good idea, but I think it also can be like kind of controversial because like we came here to this like beautiful place out in nature to like be with our friends and to be in nature.
If someone told you 10 years before Blake's birth that your child was going to be deaf, how would you have reacted?
Well, I think I would have reacted a lot like the way I did react when I found out that Blake was deaf. And that was that at first I was really shocked because I was a little bit scared because I wasn't sure what I was going to do to help Blake. If the question you're asking me is as complicated as if I had been told 10 years before Blake was born that he was going to be deaf, would I not have had Blake? Absolutely not. I would have had Blake, but I think I would have been 10 years smarter before I had him. Then when he came along, I would have been so up to speed, we would have just hit the ground running.
How did your family react once you found out that Delaney was deaf when she was born?
Actually, we didn't find out till she was 2.5. And so it was difficult because we didn't really know what to expect. And when you hear deaf, you think that they're not going to talk. And she screamed from year 1 to 2, so we knew something wasn't right, but they kept telling us she was fine. So I think it's first is sadness because you find out your kids aren't normal. And so I think it was getting used to the fact that something wasn't right. And then once we found and got good hearing aids and found chat and everything that they did for her, we realized that she had the strength and perseverance to do anything. And so once we went through all the emotions of sadness and anger and why us kind of thing, then you felt like there was hope because we met other families and had the support group. So, and now we see her being successul. So.
I haven't really had any trouble with people going, oh my God, you're deaf, I don't like you anymore, but at the same time, I don't really like telling people. I just try to let them find out, or if they ask, what is that on your ear, I tell them. And then they're all like, oh, they still talk to me though. So.
Yeah. It's like in elementary school, people are pointing out that you have a hearing thing on your ear, and they're like, oh, that's so cool, you're like a robot.
Yeah.
And then later on, they start to change their minds, and popularity comes in and all that.
Yeah, middle school.
Yeah. Then high school just changes again to more acceptance.
Mm-hmm. Well, in some places, but there are some people that just won't accept it. No matter how hard you try or how nice you are to them, they won't accept it.
Yeah, I was like, that's just how life is gonna be, huh?
Yes.
Most people are nice because they tend to feel sorry for, people with disabilities, But there are also some people who act like that, oh, you're a freak, you're contagious, I gotta get away from you,
Really?
Yeah.
That happened to me in elementary school. There was this one girl who I'm actually really good friends with now. She was horribly mean to me because she also thought that she would catch deafness. And I didn't know that until this year, and I never liked her until now. It was very surprising to hear that. But in elementary school, I remember people were just kind of fascinated that I had this weird device on my ear, and some of them were absolutely jealous.
So what is that product called? Any phone? Any phone. Any Bluetooth phone.
Okay. That electrode gets removed, and the new electrode gets put in place. And it's going to be off probably a little bit from where that first electrode was. And so they need to kind of retrain their brain.
When you do a cochlear implant, do you lose what hearing you had?
Right.
It takes it away, right? Because it's replaced by the implant?
Right.
I heard your brother is deaf. Is he?
Yes.
When did you find out he was deaf?
When he was about 2, I think.
How did you know that?
Because he wouldn't listen to us, and then we went to some doctor or something. I don't know. I was really little. I was only like 4.
And his parents, how they feel when you find out he was deaf?
I don't know.
Really, I think this generation of teenagers is more open-minded about certain things like being gay or transgender or even various disabilities, because there's so many more kids that have that are paralyzed at my school, and people treat them perfectly normal because they're normal people. They think like normal people. And I am looking forward to college because I'll get to be a lot more independent, but at the same time I have to learn how I can help myself in that new environment.
Yeah, in college it would be kind of a struggle, at times, because being completely deaf, it would be a struggle to get up in the morning by yourself. So you have to get a special alarm or something, and then in college you have to make sure that you don't miss something that the teacher said. If they said a homework assignment is due and you miss that and it's a really big one, well, then you're kind of screwed.
I remember when I was pregnant with Ibby, I asked my older son if he thought he would have a hearing loss as well, and he said yes. And I remember when he was born, I kind of had really mixed feelings. He passed his newborn screening on the second time. The first time he did refer, and I was so happy that he had normal hearing. But at the same time, I thought about my older son, and that he would be the only one in our family, and just all of those different emotions. But anyway, fast forward 14 months later, and when he was diagnosed with the profound hearing loss, it just really threw me back for a while. It was extremely emotional. Not that I didn't think that he couldn't accomplish whatever the heck he wanted to accomplish, because I knew he would, but that I had missed those 14 months of learning opportunity was really tough. The one good thing is I had been signing to him, so he did have some sign language, but he didn't have any spoken language. But after lots of different testing and fluids being removed, we found out that he really has a moderate hearing loss, and he's had his hearing aids now for a couple of months and keeps them on, and we're just trucking along. He has his appointments with Early Start, and he's doing really well with them, and he's going to just be as fabulous as his superstar brother is, I'm sure. No doubt about that. But yeah, it was definitely very emotional roller coaster, and luckily, I have so many friends in the community that I know that he's going to do fabulous. Like you and you.